What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing yet another collaboration beer, this time between the Bellwoods Brewery out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and the Other Half Brewing Company out of both Brooklyn and Rochester, New York, and this is their Jelly King Daydream. So on the label here, they are calling this one a Sour IPA that is brewed with tangerine, pineapple, passion fruit, and lactose, comes in at 7.2% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 5 weeks old. And I'm going to give a huge thanks and shout out to a very good friend of mine, Sean, for hooking me up with this one. We met up about a week and a half ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago, and we hung out in Lewiston, New York, and he brought me some beers. I brought him some beers, and this was one of the beers he hooked me up with. So thank you very much, Sean. Sean knows that I really dig Bellwoods, and obviously I love Other Half. When it comes to Canadian craft breweries, Bellwoods is up there as one of my favorites, and then obviously Other Half is pretty much my favorite one in the States. But yeah, so this is a mashup of the Jelly King series from Bellwoods, and not really a Daydream series because Other Half really doesn't have a Daydream series. When they give a beer the Daydream treatment, just means a bunch of oats and some lactose. So they're basically brewing this one with a bunch of oats and some lactose, and then they are brewing this one obviously with tangerine, pineapple, passion fruit, and lactose. So yeah, sounds quite tasty to me. I've had quite a few beers within the Jelly King series. Really good stuff. It's basically dry hopped sour, and a lot of times they introduce fruit. And yeah, it's pretty damn tasty. So hashtag half of a proper glassware, I guess. You know, got the Bellwoods glass. I don't use this too often, but this is like the old school, just Bellwoods logo. And yeah, here we go. So yeah, let's pour it out like juice, baby. Go like that. We're not gonna get too crazy. So yeah, that pours out this really hazy orange color, very murky and turbid. Yeah, super hazy. About a half finger to 3/4 of a finger of this off-white, creamy colored head. Looks fantastic. Let's get a nose. Hang on. Is this okay? I don't know. Is it? Doesn't matter. Not really. Let's get a nose. Oh, the passion fruit. Big time. Yeah, passion fruit and tangerine. Pineapple. I believe it's pineapple, right? They said pineapple. What did I say? Tangerine, pineapple, passion fruit. I just read it, and I'm super old. Just give me a break. I'm super old. Yeah, but the passion fruit definitely shining through. Tangerine as well. Has like a zesty tangerine kind of quality, not juicy, but the passion fruit is like straight up passion fruit juice. A little bit of vanilla from that lactose. And there's like a little bit of like a hop forward quality, almost like there's like an almost dank kind of quality to it. But then there's also like more, it could be from the juice itself, but or the pineapples, but kind of like a candied pineapple. I don't know what hops they're using in this one at all. It smells like tart fruit juice that you added a little bit of sweetness from the lactose, touch of vanilla, almost like a fruity kind of almost creamsicle vibe, but doesn't approach that sweetness. Definitely smells tart. It also smells like it's gonna be quite acidic, but it smells dynamite. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, it's straight up juice. It's juice. It is basically a tart, acidic fruit juice. I saw Sean when he checked this one in, I think it was a couple weeks ago. He said 5 Alive, which is the Minute Maid fruit juice. But I believe the OG 5 Alive had like all citrus fruits. I'm going to say tangerine, lemon, lime, grapefruit, and orange, I think. This is kind of, I see what he's saying, because this is kind of like a mixture of a fruit juice, but it's not super sweet. It's not like you took your puree of like these fruits and just it's full-on sweetness. There's definitely a huge tartness, almost approaching sour, and then there's a very big like acidic vibe to it as well. Body on this one, medium body for 7.2%. It's cool with me. The mouthfeel, that's where the lactose is playing. That's where the oats are playing. Super soft, smooth, slightly creamy. There is more carbonation here than you would get, say, from a Daydream beer from Other Half, but knowing that this is, you know, the Jelly King base or whatnot, it has a nice carbonation to it as well. Yeah, but right up front, I'm getting a lot of that passion fruit, a lot of the tangerine, a little bit of the pineapple. Passes through the palate. Midway through, there's this dankness, almost hop forward, like candied pineapple, zesty citrus fruit that hits. And the first half of the palate is really sweet from those fruits, but as soon as the mid palate hits, there's a little bit of like a mild bitterness, but there's also this pretty big tartness that hits. along with this acidic, almost kind of like full-on dry quality that carries onto the back of the palate. So it finishes with a mild bitterness, but a really big, almost full-on dryness for me. And also the residual sweetness is not as big as I would think it would be in a beer like this. Yeah, the acidic nature of this one is, it's like right in the back of the throat. Probably gonna have heartburn by the time I'm drinking this can, but I don't care because it's delicious. Yeah. Wow. I mean, I was thinking it was gonna be pretty good, but this is fucking delicious. I'm really digging this one. I don't know what it is. I love passion fruit. Is probably the main reason. That's why I'm getting this one. Passion fruit and tangerine. I can see how some people might not really think this is all that great. I can see other people would love this one. For me, I'm kind of in between, but leaning towards the loving this one. So Jelly King Daydream from Bellwoods and Other Half. I don't think this is going to get a 4.5 for me, but I'm going to give it a very high 4.25 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.35 out of 5 for this beer. To get to the 4 or 5 range, I think for me, I want a little bit less of that acidic kind of nature to the beer, because the heartburn thing is definitely going to rear its ugly head by the time I'm done with this glass. So I wanted the acidity to kind of dropped a little bit and maybe the sweetness bumped up a bit. But as is, I cannot sit here and tell you this is a bad beer, because it's not. It's fucking quite delicious. I'm enjoying pretty much every second of it. I'm going to crush the rest of that can and enjoy every second doing so. So Jelly King Daydream, 4.35 out of 5. Price and availability. This is brewery only at Bellwoods, but you can also get it online through their web shop. That's the one cool thing about Ontario, specifically in Canada, is that a lot of the breweries will release their beers online. So you can just do an order from them. A lot of them do like free shipping over a certain dollar amount. And I believe this one was $7. A can. Now, if you convert that into US dollars, I believe that's just over $5 a can, so like $5.25. Would I pay $5.25 a can for this one? Probably. Yeah, since you don't have to buy them in 4-packs, I'd probably buy a can or two, have them in the fridge. Whenever I'm craving something like this, I would grab it. Is it proper, I guess, market value or whatever you want to call it? To some degree, yeah. They're using 3 different fruits. 7.2% Sour IPA with lactose and whatnot. Yeah, I don't think just over $5 a can is too bad. I would like to see this one probably $6 Canadian can, somewhere in that realm. But as is, I can't really say that's bad value or anything, especially for a beer that tastes this good. So yeah, Jelly King Daydream, 4.35 out of 5 from Bellwoods and Other Half. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about 7.2%. Can't really tell you there's alcohol in here. Like so many beers that are sub 8%, it just drinks like a beer. And it's scary because you can drink a beer that's 7.5%, have a couple of them, and you're feeling great, and you're like, what the hell? I didn't even know that had alcohol in it. And that's the scary thing about craft beer nowadays. But anyway, like I said, if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. A lot of my Canadian viewers or Canadian friends, if you've got your hands on this one, I'd be curious to know your opinions, because I'm digging it quite a bit. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.